why do I look so dark on this thing though? There we go.
Cause you're Indian.
I know, that's how it works. So, Mark Bonto, professional, he's been doing TV for 30 years. He's watched the podcast with Heather, so you already know what's gonna happen.
We're gonna talk about Heather.
We're gonna talk about Heather. So, what did you think, like, when she, like, approached you and she was like, I want to be in your room? What was your first thought?
Well, she talked about Pary Chahal.
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 It's Chahal. No, you and Bill Bouchard, it's always Chahal. I'm like, because before the show, you're like, how do I say it?
Because we're so white.
Chahal.
We're so white.
But
well, yeah.
You say it correctly before to confirm it with me, then when you get on there, it's like, Kalal. I'm like, Chahal.
If I was Indian, I would say it correctly.
It's just 2 syllables.
I know. Well, I'm Italian, so I know how the syllable thing goes. But yeah, Heather talked to me about you, and I know all about these podcast things. And I heard about these, but you're such a great guy. I love you so much. And tonight at my show, you were so funny. You killed it. And everybody who told me that you suck, they were wrong. They were wrong. You are very funny.
Was that a lot of people? Don't tell me. Don't finish that sentence. I don't even want to know.
No, you were very funny. Would you stop messing with the camera?
You keep moving the table, so I'm pushing it back a little bit.
I do this. I'm going to this is how I am. I'm a very animated, moving table. You're going to be with you need a cameraman, Chahal. Chahal Pary.
We just need, okay, here's the thing. Why, okay, like while we're on the subject of being animated, how did you learn to like energize a crowd from nothing into something? Like, because whatever, like you're one of the best MCs
ever. No, you can say it.
I've ever seen.
You told me that earlier.
Yes, and
I gave you $10 too, so that was great.
I absolutely meant it. Like, you actually get the whole crowd like into it, and you fill it with energy. It's incredible.
I am not one of the best. I am the best at it. And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Because I'm full of shit. But I do a very good job of getting the crowd into it. Well, you've got to as MC. You've got to.
That's their job, yeah.
Right. Because if you're just going first, it's the toughest position ever if you're just going first. It's just terrible. And so you've got to get them into it. You got to get them laughing. You got to get the energy going. You got to get the energy going. Just like the video. I mean, if it wasn't for me, this would be dead. This guy, I mean, it's like nothing. But you got to get the energy going. Come on. So you got to get it going. So that's what I do. So yeah. And so, but then you came up right off the bat and you smashed it.
Thank you. That was okay. We talked. I appreciate the compliment. Upon the discussion, though, I know like how good I can be, and like there's always like that one thing I talk about how like white people show up on time for everything. Right. I'm gonna get rid of that.
Right.
I just don't think I need it because along the whole beginning of my set, I talk about how like we're always late and you guys are always on time. Like that's just like repeating it over and over again. Like I don't need that much repetition.
I thought it worked tonight.
I don't think it works all the time. Like that's like a hit or miss.
Yeah.
It's not consistently
I can see that because it's not incredibly funny.
No, it's not. It's a build up to what is hilarious.
But it worked tonight. It worked tonight. And you're speaking to the to what's going on. You're speaking to the current. You're speaking to what's going on. So that's good. People like to hear, hey, I'm late. You know, they like to hear that. So keep it up. Keep it up.
I'll include the part where I'm late to everything because that's just naturally who I am.
Yeah.
But like the part of like people showing up on time, like we don't need that. Because like how do you write? Like when you come up with new material, what do you do?
It's just funny concepts to me. Funny concepts, and then you come up with the punchline. I really don't have a long.
Well, that's okay. Like, do you handwrite or do you work your stuff out on stage? Like, how do you do it?
It's kind of a good question. No, neither. In the old days.
Neither.
No, in the old days, I've been doing this 41 years. In the old days,
41 years?
41. 1978. People out there weren't even born.
I came to this country in 1998.
Right. 20 years after I started comedy, Pary said, where am I?
Yeah.
But and when I when I started, I literally hand wrote my jokes, hand wrote. But now, obviously, we type them out on the computer, and we just have funny concepts and stuff.
But do you so when you have like a brand new thing that you've never used yet, do you come up with it like in the moment on stage, or do you have it written down and you work on it like read it off a sheet or something?
Yeah, I rarely do like off the cuff brand new stuff as I'm on stage. I mean, I'll do first time stuff on stage that I've thought of.
Yeah.
But not rarely do I do. I mean, it's an amazing genius comic to come up with something that I'm going to say on stage and not even think about it. I mean, and there's those. I'm not one of those comics.
I'm certainly not. I write everything that I write is like what I say on stage. I word for word have written out.
Really?
Yeah. Like,
so you're basically memorizing words?
Absolutely.
Wow. There are comedians that do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, you're
That's
one.
exactly what I do.
And it doesn't really work for you. But
I know, thanks.
I'm kidding. It does work for you, and you do great. Comedians will do that. Other comedians will have a concept and fill in that concept while they're on stage.
Yeah.
Very few comedians will come up with a new concept while they're on stage.
That's intense. I don't know how that's even possible.
Yeah. That's tough to do.
What? So like when you were practicing like your emceeing, how did you? Like
I never practiced emceeing.
What do you mean you never practiced emceeing?
No. I've never practiced emceeing. Emceeing, I've never practiced. I do my set.
Yeah.
Emceeing is basically introducing the audience, getting them acclimated to what's going on. How are you? This is what's up. This is what's up, but you don't really practice that. You don't. I don't.
Where do you get your energy from when you're on stage?
Everybody always asks me about my energy.
Yeah, because it's filled like it's really like you're like in the audience faces and you're like
seriously. And everybody asks me. I honestly.
So we're not gonna put any pressure on you, but how do you get there?
Well, no. I don't have. This is a little camera. I love these legs. This is like a little alien camera thing.
It's just a tripod.
I wish I could show them this little tripod.
You know what? Cool. You're not the first one to comment on this. Usually before, like anytime someone sees it, they're like, "What is that?" I'm like, "It works." That's all you need to know. Is that
it's from Mars.
And it won't attack you. I got it from Elon Musk.
Do they have these in India? Do they make these in India?
I got it from Amazon Prime. I don't know. There's probably in India.
There's a city.
Probably made in India.
Patpa. Have you ever heard of Patpa?
Is that a food? Or no, the city? No, I've never heard of Patpa.
Patpa, India is known as the village of twins.
Oh, okay, yes.
Get this. This is a true statistic. I would not make this up for this podcast.
You would never lie.
God knows no one is watching this podcast. But I'm going to tell you this anyway because this is a very true story and it's very true fact. 1,000 families live in Patpa, India. Pary. 1,000.
Oh, that's not surprising. It's India. We're pretty tense.
250. Joe, hang on. This is very funny. Very funny. 250 families of the 1,000 families in Patpa, India. 250 have twins.
Every year.
No. They have twins. And the phenomena didn't start happening until they put the Xerox plant down the river.
What?
Yeah. It didn't start happening until the Xerox plant they built in India.
Do you want to hear something even crazier? If twins...
He didn't get that.
I did. If twins have... Oh, Xerox now.
Right.
Okay. So if twins have kids with another set of twins, their kids would be clones. They would have the exact same DNA.
Yeah. You're right. That goes nowhere here.
No, it doesn't. There was no build up, or that's not anywhere we're leaving. I'm just saying I'm a genius for saying that.
That's true though.
Yes, it is. Like they would be genetically clones.
Leave it to an Indian guy
to clone Xerox.
To know that.
Yeah.
Where are we at? 9 minutes. My God, we've got 11 minutes of trying to think of more. That's amazing. No, but my joke about the twins didn't really hit home with you, but yeah, the phenomena about the twins in Patpa, it's amazing, and It didn't really start happening until the Xerox plant went down the road.
I got it now, yes. It's something in the water. Look, let me tell you this. This is how I write material, okay? I don't, well, because for one, like when you're on stage, you talk about anything.
Right.
Like I don't think I'm at the point yet where I can discuss like topics other than my life.
You know what though, Pary? I have to stop. You were so, even though I'm so polished and so good at with my experience, like what you did tonight, seriously, even supersedes that. Because you talked about your background, you talked about your heritage. You've got to do what you did tonight. You know, I go for the cheap one-liner laugh. You've got to continue what you do.
Thank you.
Because what you did tonight was amazing. You had this whole room. You had several applause breaks, which
one of them I had to force. But, yeah, like literally after one of the jokes, I was like, "You guys, that was hilarious. I need you to give me applause for that."
You did.
But there were others that were natural.
And others were natural prior to that.
Yes.
You know,
yeah.
So it wasn't like you started a trend. You had applause. So you did very good tonight. But you've got to do that. You can't. You've got to. Your comedy has to be what you know and what you do. It can't be, you know, something different.
Why don't you talk about like you growing up or your experiences like that?
Such an Indian joke. Well, you know.
We're going deep now into the psyche of Mark Bonto. This is what the people want to see.
When you do comedy for a long time, you have a lot of stories.
Yeah.
And what was your question? You want to know about what?
I thought you were gonna go somewhere like in the stratosphere. I was like, this is gonna be really deep and rich, and you're like, what's your question again?
One time, I performed. This is when I first started a long time ago. I performed in front of
long time.
10 years before he was even a sperm. And can I say that on here?
You just did.
And he can't edit this, so I can say the word nothing. I performed in front of two people. Me and my friend Joe Dunkel, who is a comedy legend. Two people, and these two guys had saw our show the night before. So, and I was a young comic. I was a young teenage comic.
How old were you when you started?
I was 16 when I started. 16 years old. I know.
Young.
And I didn't know you're supposed to change up your jokes. You're supposed to change. These two guys heard the same, and they were so nice. They laughed. But Joe Dunkel was great. He was my mentor. He laughed at everything I said. He knew my jokes. They were stupid, but he laughed at everything I said. And so two people who saw the show the night before. You don't need to do that.
They want to see you though. They know what I look like.
What is this? What is that?
Oh, the furry thing?
Yeah. What's it? So there's a furry thing. Tell the crowd.
Okay, so there's a little like furry thing on top of the camera. So that is on top of the microphone. So if I'm outside and it's wind, it blocks out the wind, but it picks up my voice when I'm talking.
Okay, all right. It looks like Indian hair. It looks like some kind of.
Well, it is actually from my sister's stuffed toy. I cut it and I just like taped it onto the thing, and it works though.
It does. It does look like, as I look into the camera, it looks like pubic hair. I don't know.
That's very straight for pubic hair.
Right. I've seen a lot of women, Pary, and
How much hair do they have?
Well, that much less.
It's like a jungle. Oh yeah.
Yeah. You can braid that thing. That's amazing.
It's not. I mean, you can like style it a little bit. It's like a mohawk on the side.
I'm going to braid his camera hair. Nobody has. I've been in front of cameras before. I've done movies.
With who? With who? Where?
Look up my IMDb page.
You have an IMDb page?
Yeah.
I just know you as a comedian. I don't know like.
No, yeah, IMDb. Television, books, 4 books. My 4th book sold 10,000 copies. Seriously. 4th book, 10,000 copies. And if you want any,
that's a big family you have.
No. If you want any, let me. I've got 10,000 copies. So just let me know. I can give you some.
What? Why Wow.
Mom's got quite a few too. Yeah. Yeah, I do everything. I do a lot of stuff, Pary. You didn't know that. Yeah. I do a lot of
Heather didn't tell me. Why didn't you tell me, Heather?
See, Heather, she comes to my shows. She does a striptease. She's so awesome. I just love Heather. Yeah, no, I do a lot of stuff. But that's one of them. I do movies. And in the movies, going back to, the microphones have these big hairy things.
Yeah, it's like it can pick up your like voice, so there's nothing like going on it.
Right. That makes sense.
This was like engineered though. Like I didn't buy. Like I had to make this myself. But they sell.
Really?
Yeah. Like I told you I cut it from like my sister's stuffed toy, and I put double-sided tape and I taped it on there.
Oh, okay. Earlier on, I missed that part. You really cut it from your sister's toy?
Yeah, it was like a stuffed cat. I just cut the ear off and I put it on there.
That's amazing. So somewhere your sister's like, where the hell's my cat's?
Well, okay. Well, what happened? Like it was.
But
like,
how ingenious is that?
Thank you. It was.
That's awesome.
It was in our basement, and like it was like dusty and disgusting. We were gonna get rid of it, and I was like, wait, I need the ear. And then when I was like. But when I told her I'm gonna cut it off, she was like, "No, that's my favorite toy. I love it. Don't give it." I was like, "You didn't know it was even here. It's been in this basement for like 10 years."
Were you having audio problems prior to that?
I took this to San Francisco, where it's like windy as hell over there.
Right.
By the way, San Francisco is windier than Chicago.
But who thinks of that? I mean, I don't mean to cut you off. We got like 3 minutes left. Who thinks of putting a hairy toy ear? I mean, how ingenious is that?
I had to come up with a solution to the wind problem, so that's how I came up with it.
I am befuddled.
Thank you.
That's an American term for
impressed.
Exactly.
Very impressed. Over the top.
Thank you, Pary. Yeah, that's cool. They have no idea what we're talking about, but
no, they don't. But one of these days, like when they see the camera, they'll know what it looks like.
You should. Yeah. So anyway, kudos to you, Pary.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Where do you want to take your stand-up? Like, do you ever want to like go on the road forever?
No.
Why not?
I did that earlier in my career. I've been doing this 41 years. Earlier in my career, I did that. I did all the stuff all you guys are doing now. I did it. I'm pretty happy with like what's going on now.
You're good enough to leave. Like, why? Yeah.
And I still headline and feature in a lot of places and do pro shows a lot. But I like having my shows and having new comedians do shows. I love it.
Oh, okay.
I love it. That's my,
You like finding new talent.
I do. Because guys like you have a huge future ahead of you. I love it.
Thank you.
I mean, we're talking about Pary and Sari.
Yeah.
Pary and Sari. Aziz's long lost cousin, and you've got a lot of talent. I mean, I love seeing people like you do comedy. I love it. It's what I'm all about. It's like, you guys are so good. You're so funny. Seriously, you need to continue. You need to do everything I didn't do, and that's continue. Because I didn't continue when I was younger.
Oh, you stopped for a while?
I did for a long time, yeah.
Oh, why did you stop?
Life gets in the way. You do a real job. You do other things. You do movies. I've had a television show for 25 years. Award-winning. You do a lot of different things. And you'll find, too, Pary, how old are you?
23.
23 when I would give. But 20... Really? Oh my God.
Yeah.
I would love but yeah, you've got a lot. I mean, so there's so much stuff ahead of you that pick and choose wisely, my friend.
What should I avoid? Because I need to know.
I would advise, go with your heart, seriously. Seriously.
Okay.
If you want to do a 9-to-5 job, which will get you a house and a yard and everything that I've got, do it. If comedy is like a true passion for you, do that. I just didn't follow up on, so if you're really into comedy, if you're not, that's, do it.
I certainly am really into it. I want to make this eventually a full-time, career.
Now is the time, Pary. Now is the time. Seriously. Once you have kids and a woman and everything else,
it becomes way harder, right?
Yeah.
What is
right now he's got his hand on my leg. He's already committed.
What do you think is like the biggest pitfall?
We've got 48 seconds.
Oh well.
Yeah, 40 seconds. What do you think is the biggest pitfall that like young comedians fall into?
You should have told me you're going to ask me that question, Enzies
I
Jr.
just wanted to see what you come up with. That's why we're here. Yeah.
The fact that they're doing everything right. Actually, I'm gonna.
No, they're not. Don't lie to me. What do they do wrong?
They're
We need to know how can they improve themselves.
Go up more. And the thing is, this is why I'm saying they're doing everything right. They're already going up more. They're already going up a lot. I love that. I wish I would have done that when I was younger. I didn't. Keep going up. Keep going up. They're doing it though. But keep going up.
All right, man. That's our time.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you,
You're
Pary.
incredible, man.
You
So,
rock.
If you want to find like his shows, like do you want to on like your Instagram, Facebook page, any of that, you'll send it to me. We'll put it like in the link below. You can find Mr. Bonto. Like his shows are so cool.
The
too.
best. Tell them.
They are the best shows. I always love coming to your rooms, man. They're fantastic.
I love this guy.
Thank you
I
guys
love
for
this
watching.
guy.
Stay fresh, stay golden.
Ah, I get it now. Did I say the bar still?